Good evening, and thanks for joining us from the Pepsi Center, the home of the Democratic National Convention. I'm Ron Zappolo.
And I'm Libby Weaver. We're in our skybox above the convention floor where Hillary Clinton just wrapped up a very critical and important speech that people were watching very closely tonight.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, Libby, can say that content-wise Senator Clinton didn't hit all the marks. She made it very clear that she is indeed a proud supporter of Barack Obama. She touched on the fact that it is time to unify the party, and she also took her shots at John McCain. That pretty much covered every base.
She certainly did, and you know, when she came out, the standing ovation was just incredible. In fact, it went on and on and on. And her daughter Chelsea introduced her, a very quick introduction. And we also watched her husband, former President Bill Clinton, who was just 2 suites down from us. And it was interesting to watch him watch his daughter and his wife.
And he was very proud, and obviously as he should be. And I think, you know, watching this, one thing I was struck by is that now we kind of see maybe why Barack Obama Thursday night will be speaking at an open-air football stadium, because I think it might be hard to top the moment when Senator Clinton walked out here and the 5, 6, 7 minute ovation that she received.
Well, and it also tells us maybe why she has had such a role in this convention, because she is so incredibly popular, and they've got to come up with a way to get her supporters that are such staunch reporters, and many of whom have said they will not get behind Barack Obama, to indeed get behind and unite the party.
Well, those supporters, whoever they may be, no longer really have an excuse, because their candidate publicly said tonight, do it. Get behind Barack Obama. I release you to do it. So,
in no uncertain terms.
Yeah.
She said, we're Democrats.
And we have to unify the party.
And we have to unify the party. So it's been an incredible day today. Day 2 of the Democratic National Convention. Very different from yesterday. Yesterday was much more about a feel-good. It was Ted Kennedy, and it was very emotional about him. And then it was Michelle Obama in a much softer speech, more getting to know her husband, and getting to know their family.
I think tonight's speech with Senator Clinton was the first speech where the news part of this convention actually tilted one way or another, because you're right. Yesterday was a feel-good day. Those were get to know me and recognize me. Tonight was more about what will Senator Clinton say. And for more on that, we want to bring in Leland Vittert, who was down on the floor tonight. What was the reaction down there?
I think it was something close to, if not bigger than, a rock concert. This was a woman who everyone was really waiting to hear from, who everyone wanted to hear from. She had a lot of things to do. There was a lot of pressure out there. And it really seems like this crowd felt as though she hit every note exactly perfect. She did everything else. She satisfied her delegates. She talked about why she wanted to run for president, what was so important to her. And then, of course, the big thing everybody was waiting for, released everyone who she was sort of holding. Those delegates, those supporters, staunch blue-collar Democrats, are now squarely in Barack Obama's corner.
My friends, it is time to take back the country we love.
By the applause, it's hard to tell she isn't the nominee.
And whether you voted for me or you voted for Barack, the time is now to unite as a single party with a single purpose.
When Hillary Clinton did her morning mic check, you could see the stress of a woman caught between party and personal ambition.
Those are the reasons I ran for president, and those are the reasons I support Barack Obama for president.
Her husband watched with rapt attention just 2 suites from our skybox. His face showed clear admiration as she began drawing new battle lines.
No way, no how, no McCain.
The wounds of a long, hard campaign don't heal easily. Legendary Clinton confidant and campaign president Terry McAuliffe couldn't control his glee from reading the advance copy.
She did what she had to do. She came in with a lot of pressure. She exceeded it once again. She knocked it out of the park.
The big question, will her supporters follow her good words with good deeds? And right now you can see President Clinton working the crowd just 2 suites down from our skybox. A number of people that the Clintons are trying to convert, at least for the next 4 years, to be Barack Obama supporters.
You know, Hillary Clinton may indeed be a rock star, but she's Keith Richards. The guy right over there is Mick Jagger. It is still amazing how when he showed up, everybody's focus turned to the president and how he would react, how he looked watching his wife. He still got it.
You know, in Democratic politics, there's a couple of people who are rock stars. Obviously, the Kennedy family, but really the first big rock star of sort of this decade, these centuries, has been Bill Clinton for the Democrats. It was John Kennedy and then Bill Clinton, and this is a person who they really have to feel not only is Hillary behind Barack Obama, there's a lot of people in the party looking to see if Bill Clinton is behind Barack Obama.
And a lot of people think that Bill Clinton is the one that's more upset than Hillary Clinton, that he has feelings of bitterness maybe a little deeper than Hillary Clinton. So tomorrow night, we'll see what kind of note President Clinton sounds.
And that's what Terry McAuliffe said, is he said between her speech and his speech, he really alluded, this is a Clinton confidant of the highest order, really alluded that Bill Clinton is going to set the very same tone that Hillary did tonight.
Well, I'm sure Barack Obama is breathing a sigh of relief tonight, and I'm sure that they hope now, and Bill Clinton is speaking tomorrow night, but hopefully at this point, the focus will now shift back to Barack Obama. Leland, thanks. Leland, thanks.
Well, Senator Clinton was obviously trying to, unite the party just hours after her supporters were drumming up some dissent.
They took to the streets of Denver this morning to encourage delegates to vote for Clinton in nomination, despite Clinton's urging to not do that. So the question is, did her speech tonight do enough to unite the party?
Well, to talk about that, we bring in political analyst Eric Sonderman. Her speech is now about 5 or 6 minutes old. Your first thoughts about what you heard tonight?
Well, it's fascinating, Ron, to be sitting here no more than, 10, 15 yards from Bill Clinton. And I can't help but reflect. It was quite a night here, but I can't help but reflect that it was the speech she had to give, but it was not the speech she planned to give. Oh. This year did not evolve the way she wanted it to evolve. This was supposed to be a Clinton coronation. Everything was set up for her, and yet it didn't happen. It was a night of unity in this hall, of tremendous energy, of engagement with McCain and the Republicans, but it was not the script that Clintons were working off of a few months ago.
Do you think that she accomplished what she set out to as far as transforming her supporters over to Barack Obama?
Yes, I mean, there will still be some outliers. There will still be, you'll be able to walk out in the parking lot tonight and find some Hillary delegates who aren't quite there, but they will be the exception. She did everything she needed to do, everything she had to do. She really had no choice in her political position, and she carried it off like a pro. She's a consummate professional.
All right, Eric, we want you to react to a couple of clips from Senator Clinton's speech. We'll roll the first one where she was talking directly to her supporters.
Were you in it for that mom struggling with cancer while raising her kids? Were you in it for that young boy and his mom surviving on the minimum wage? Were you in it for all the people in this country who feel invisible? We need to elect Barack Obama.
I think she was talking directly to the people that supported her there. What were you in it for?
There was a definite class distinction in this primary. She became, in a very weird, ironic way, the candidate of the working class. And that was who that message was delivered to. That has become her new audience. That is the audience that Obama, according to the polls, is still having some trouble reaching. That was where the message was headed.
We've got another soundbite we want you to listen to and react to this one.
John McCain doesn't think 47 million people without health insurance is a crisis. John McCain wants to privatize Social Security, and in 2008, he still thinks it's okay when women don't earn equal pay for equal work.
So do you think she did enough to attack McCain?
That was the other, it was the working class constituency, and obviously it was the female feminist constituency. Your two clips hit both of those notes. That's who she pitched her message to.
Does her husband follow up this now tomorrow night, and does he raise the attack, or what is the vibe that he takes tomorrow night?
That becomes really more interesting because I think he is less scripted. Hillary Clinton was operating within a fairly narrow box. She's still a U.S. Senator from New York. She still has political aspirations. Bill Clinton's a free agent. He can do whatever he wants. He can go on script or off script, and I think that will be fascinating.
That's a great point. Eric, thanks so much. We'll
My
talk
pleasure.
to you a little bit later. Thanks so much. Eric Sonderman.